everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Morgan's Farm, and we are glad to give you very strong tips in farming. Today we'll be talking about fish farming. In particular, fish farming, what it has to do with fish farming is a very wide and a broad topic, but in particular we are going to be talking about the concrete pond fish farming. We know we have the ground pond, that's the one you use the normal soil, you dig the normal soil, make it a kind of a pit, then you now use it in raising your fishes. We have the tarpaulin pond, which could also be a tank pond. Then we have the concrete ponds are actually the cemented pond, like the one I'm sitting on now. Understand? So the concrete pond is a permanent structure. The ground pond is a permanent structure, but the tarpaulin and the tank pond might not actually be permanent because they are actually movable. You could move them around wherever you want to go to, or maybe if you are relocating, or if you are using a rented plot of land, you could move them to that location, use them, and at the end of the day you could change your location to somewhere else. So in particularly the concrete pond, what do we call the concrete pond? These are actually the cemented pond where the cement is being used, blocks and cement are being used in construction of the pond. A lot of people make mistakes in the construction of the pond. Go to my video, and I think I have a video about the construction of a pond, so check my channel, you'll see that video. Make sure you watch that video before you go into construction of a concrete pond, else you make the mistake that other people have made and have regretted. A lot of people say concrete pond, once in a after some time it bursts up, it does this, it leaks, and this one. It's because they are not using the appropriate steps in building their pond. So make sure you don't miss out in that video. As I was saying, we are going back to the concrete pond. When your concrete pond is ready, the first thing you need to do is to fertilize your concrete pond. You could also say to activate the pond. If the pond is not fertilized and it's not activated, you might not actually enjoy that pond because the fishes might not live there and enjoy themselves like the ones you've seen here. The first thing you do is to treat your pond. You could call it a treatment. It's also called fertilization. It's also called activation of the pond. During the activation of the pond, you introduce plantain leaves, plantain stem, all those plantain you used to cut off in your farm. Please cut them no more. You can use it to fertilize your pond. It's a natural way of fertilizing the pond. So you just fill up your pond to the brim, to the particular level you know you're going to be using. Please, if you know you are going to fill your pond with water till the edge, make sure you fill it up to the brim. Don't stop halfway and feel you have fertilized it. Please make sure you fill it up to the brim during this process of activation. So the first of all, you use plantain stems, and these are the leaves, these are the stems here. These are the stems. You cut them into pieces and put them in the pond. The second thing you need to do is to put your bag of organic manure. If it is here in my pond, I don't know if you can see it from there. There is a bag of organic manure. This pond is a big pond, and it's a pond that should accommodate at least 3,000 fishes to maturity level. And you could, I said at least, so you could increase it to 4,000, 5,000, depending on the size of fish that you want to get at as an end product. So this pond, the first thing you do is to fertilize your pond. What do you use in fertilizing your pond? Please take note: plantain stem, plantain leaves, and organic manure. Remember, organic manure. What's the quantity of the organic manure you're supposed to use? It now depends on the size of your pond. How big is your pond? How large is your pond? Like this one I did here, what I did, the total of 4 bags of organic manure. 4 bags of organic manure was what I actually used in the fertilization process of this. It's still in the process, because it's not, this like the 3rd day. This is the 3rd day. How do you know your pond is activated? How do you know your pond is fertilized? How do you know your pond is ready for use? The first sign to know is to check if there is a living organism, a living thing in the pond. After the period of 7 days, from 7 at times, it's depending on the quantity of manure you added and the quantity of plantain you added to the pond. Sometimes it could be 7 days, 9 days, 14 days. So it takes to activate this pond. So after that, you check, you see some tadpoles. Some tadpoles, like a kind of living organism. You see some tadpoles in your pond. You see them moving gradually. That's after 7 days. You could check 7 days. If you don't get it by the end of the 7th day, maybe 9 days or 14 days, you see them moving gradually. That means something can actually survive in the pond. That means the effects and the chemicals of the cement has been neutralized. So at that point, that is the first step in the usage of a concrete pond. So after then, you remove everything that you actually use in the fertilization, that's in the activation of the pond. You take out the stem of the plantain, the leaves. You take out the organic manure that was there. Drain the water, and after draining the water, put in new water to rinse it. You could use a kind of hose to rinse the pond. After using that, please buy salt. Salt is very, very important. Salt serves as an antibiotics in fish farming. So you buy salt, use salt, look for something like either a foam or a sponge. Use it, put salt on the thing, and use it to scrub all over the pond. At that point, that means you're cleaning your pond. That's not activation, please. That's cleaning. You have activated the pond. That you have fertilized the pond. Now you are cleaning the pond. So use your your salt to clean round the ponds. After cleaning the pond with salt, use that same clean water, rinse out the salt. After rinsing the salt, put in the quantity of water you would want to use to start up your fingerlings. Or whether maybe if you are using it to transfer other fishes to the pond. But if it's not for transfer, if it's for the fingerlings can still survive in that fresh pond. So you bring put in your water and put the water over. I don't advise fresh water immediately. What I do is I put water a day to the day where I want to introduce my fingerlings, and before you know it, the next day I bring in my fingerlings, and my fingerlings will be doing well. No cause or alarm. Don't run away from fish farming. Don't run away from fish farming. It is a gold mine. It is so lucrative. I'll encourage you to adapt to this my method, and you will not regret it. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for always coming back to us, and we are happy to have you. We are here to make you proud. We are here to give you more tips on how to grow your farm. Growing your farm is not all about having the capital. Growing your farm is knowing the right thing to do at the right time. So always come back to our channel to get some other tips from us. Like in the poultry, we do poultry tips, we do piggery, we do even crop planting. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for watching us. Please just click on your subscribing button and join us. Subscription is free. Don't be scared. Subscription is free. All you need to do is you click on the subscribing box, and that is it. And you know what? Every time we drop a new video, you'll be informed. Thank you so much for having us. We are always at your service. Bye.